What's up, everybody out there? Welcome to another episode of the Wise Guys Podcast. I am Mitch. I'm here with Dewey and Otis, and we have a special guest, Tayri.
Yeah, she's a yoga instructor for meditation and movement with Tie-Ree.
Welcome to the Wise Guys. Thanks for coming.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Hey, y'all.
Willow, on this week's episode, we're going to get into the Nick Cannon controversy. We're also going to get into the age-old debate, LeBron versus MJ. But we're going to break it down in a different way for y'all, man. And, of course, I got the GOAT, MJ. Who y'all got?
Do I really got to answer that question?
I guess you don't.
People don't know.
Some people might don't know.
You're right.
Some people might don't know. You don't know the truth.
I have LeBron James.
Obviously, he's wrong.
Who you got?
Neutral.
Wow. I love it. I love it.
I'm neutral, man.
I love it. Tayri, do you follow, LeBron MJ debate?
Just say LeBron James.
I'm neutral,
James.
just as Dewey.
Oh, well, damn. He got the consensus there. Well, after that, man.
Let's make your case.
Right. Well, let's jump right into it, y'all, man. Let's get into the Nick Cannon controversy. I think we got a clip for y'all this week. Go ahead, Mitch. Say what you usually say.
Drop that shit, Matt.
Melanin that connects us.
Right.
So the people that don't have it are a little, and I'm gonna say this carefully, are a little less. And where the term actually comes from, because I'm bringing it all the way back around to Minister Farrakhan, to where they may not have the compassion or the when they were sent to the mountains of Caucasus, when they didn't have the power of the sun, that the sun then started to deteriorate them. So then they're acting out of fear. They're acting out of low self-esteem. They're acting out of a deficiency. So therefore, the only way that they can act is evil. The only way they have to rob, steal, rape, kill, and
fight or flight, okay,
in order to survive.
Exactly.
So then these people who didn't have what we had, and when I say we, I speak of the melanated people.
Right.
They had to be savages. They had to be barbaric. Because they're in these Nordic mountains, they're in these rough torrential environments, so they're acting as animals.
Right.
So they're the ones that are actually closer to animals. They're the ones that are actually the true savages. And then they built up such this I don't want to say warrior, but they built up such this conquering barbaric mentality.
All right, fellas. Well, there go the clip. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Dewey, we all know that's not the full length of all his comments. He made other statements. But based off what we heard and, kind of also what you know, what's your feelings on what Nick Cannon said, his statements?
It's unfortunate because this is a reminder, everybody, that all rights come with a cost. Every right comes with a cost. Your right for freedom of speech comes at a cost. You are allowed to say what you want to say, but you have to deal with what comes with that. So he said what his opinion was about our, different points in history, and he brought up different points that he felt was very valid, and he brought up different leaders in our culture, and he's now unfortunately dealing with the consequences of his opinion and his right to freedom of speech.
That's interesting, bro, and that's deep, because I see where you're coming from, and for me, it feels like his responsibility to the culture and to the movement, to what he's doing to help out the community, he put himself in front of that, because although the message could be accurate, it could be somewhat accurate,
Right.
he has to remember that he's responsible for other black people that's under him, that's trying to get up the ladder as well.
Absolutely.
And he's up already on top of the ladder, and his responsibility to us is to reach down and try to pull us up.
Yeah.
And that statement could have just, you got to think in that situation, maybe I shouldn't say this.
Maybe he felt like it was a potential for to get it in here because of the climate we're in, right? He feel like it's an opportunity to be able to introduce this kind of information.
Right. He felt like he had to take a stand, and I would think he would hope that his, people on the show or people he deal with will follow to take that same stand.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the corporation kind of looked at it like, well, if you even say the system at large looked at it like, okay, well, yeah, he's the head of the snake. We chop him off, everything underneath him dies. And it's like, I feel like that's what they was looking for. Like, okay, you doing your thing, yeah, we ain't gonna say nothing, but the minute you mess up, we gonna come in and take you down so you can make sure that all these other people who was coming up with you, now they got to start over too.
So it comes to a point. It's like, at that point, you yourself, if you're running an organization, which not even just the people we see on TV, right? Mm-hmm. It's people behind the scenes that have jobs.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So you think about it. If you're him, do you feel that your responsibility to what you believe is to the culture or to your organization? Now somebody might think it's one and the same.
It's not.
But what he thought was his responsibility to the culture supersede his responsibility to his organization, which have family ties? People's families are provided for through his organizations, through his businesses. Yeah. You know, his own family. You know, not to say that he's hurting. He's a millionaire, millionaire. But the thing about it is did it feel like it superseded it at that point, and was it necessary?
Yeah,
I think it was necessary.
Okay.
But at the same time, like I didn't see the whole podcast, so I don't know what was said before that to lead up to them talking about this.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, you said that if you say it, don't apologize for it. He didn't say he's going to apologize for what he said. He said he's apologizing so if it made some people feel a certain kind of way about it.
Yeah.
So that's not apologizing.
That's not. I just apologize. Oh, I'm sorry you feel this way, but this is the real.
So Professor Griff from Public Enemy was sitting next to him, and if you remember Public Enemy, they had a song called "Fight the Power." And do you remember the iconic lines from Fight the Power?
No, tell me.
They said Elvis wasn't shit to me. Motherfuck him and John Wayne. They was going off, man. They got a lot of backlash off of that one. That was a do y'all remember that song? Mm-hmm. Dog, they got a lot of backlash off of that. You talking about Elvis and John Wayne? These are the cream of the crop for white people at this time. So
white privilege,
what
bro.
did you just say?
Like, yes.
Like, you can't talk about the Duke like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's controversial things happen in our culture, man, and it's hard because you're going to take responsibility for it as well.
But you know what? Like, something I have a problem with is that as people, we got to recognize this brother's work. And it's like, okay, of course, some people disagree with him apologizing. Yeah. And now I was like, oh, okay, we got to cancel him now. Like, now I'm like, oh, bro, you a sellout. Now we got to let you go. But damn, like
that's some of the commentary that was on there?
Yeah, there's people out there that's looking at it like that. Like he's getting attacked from both sides now.
Yeah, that's hard.
But we can't do that. You know, we got to look at somebody's whole body of work, and we got to remind ourselves like we're not playing checkers.
Yeah.
You know, this chess. You know, so we can't just react because that's what they want us to do. Yeah. They want us to like, okay, once they take him down, they want us to now take him down too. Yeah. So now it's like there's no way for them to make it back. Yeah. And that's not, we can't do that to a brother who was really trying to put people on
and self-implode.
Exactly.
That's the tough part of that.
He's too good. Like he always comes back to tell you the truth because remember he quit America's Got Talent because they were threatening to fire him. Then he landed the Masked. What is it called?
The Masked Singer.
The Masked Singer. He got that. So I think he always gonna land on his feet.
Yeah, he'll get back, man. He'll get back.
Dude,
and they didn't fire from that. He's still doing that show, so he's good.
Yeah, besides his mistake, hey, Nick Cannon, if you at any point hear this, man, we appreciate you, man. You've been putting on for the culture for a while.
For sure.
Real quick, one thing, though. Like, so Viacom said that they fired him as the host.
The host of
Wildin' Out.
Oh,
I thought Wildin' Out was his show.
Wow.
See, I didn't understand how that was working. I don't know if that's.
I dare somebody to try to do that show without Nick Cannon. You kidding me?
It's dead without him.
Dog. This off-brand ass.
But I'm pretty sure they're gonna try it though. They're gonna definitely try.
They're gonna come with some stupid name like Out Wild.
Wildin' Out too. Like it's gonna be something.
They're gonna try to have DC Young Fly running. He gonna stay loyal. He probably gonna stay loyal.
He too goofy to me.
Yeah.
Nah, man. They're gonna try to get somebody. All right, man. This would be a good time for us to segue to our guest, our special guest, Tayri, and she's gonna get into yoga and the many ways it can help us. Definitely men, because I don't know a lot of men who do yoga.
I do yoga.
Oh, okay. What you do? What form you do?
Downward dog.
Well, regular speculation.
Remix. It's a remix.
Tayri, go ahead, please, before this boy say something crazy.
Yeah, so I am the founder, if you would, of Meditation in Movement with Tie-Ree. So just a little bit about my background. I've been practicing yoga for about 5 years now. It all started when I was actually going through a rough time, a breakup, and I was trying to find just healthier ways to cope, healthy ways, period. And I was going to the gym, and then I came across classes at the gym, and one of them was yoga. And so it was at night, 8 p.m. at night, and so I started going, and thankfully, the teacher that was giving the class was super peaceful, easygoing class, and so I just fell in love with it. So one of the things that yoga helped me out with was anxiety. As I'm practicing yoga, it just helps me to just relax, free the mind. I was lucky enough to be introduced to it through a teacher that had a class that was easygoing, because a lot of people experience yoga, but the very first time that they experience it, it's a super hardcore class, and then they're like, never mind, I can't do that. So fast forwarding to last year, I decided to become an instructor. And so became certified and started teaching, and here I am today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, anxiety is one of the worst things people deal with these days in the social media era we're in. And I'm glad you found something that can help people in that area in their life, because it's a lot of people that deal with that without even knowing that that's really what they're dealing with.
And like you said, for you, it was a way to do something that was healthy. A lot of times when you in those spaces going through something rough or having anxiety, a lot of people go the negative route. We drink more, we smoke more, we eat more, we do things that's more harmful than beneficial to us getting better. So yeah, that's what's up. But I guess my question would be, what does yoga do for you to relieve that? Like, everybody think of yoga, you think of stretching.
Yeah.
And like Mitch do downward dog, but a lot of people don't know what it means, or why does it help you? So I guess my question would be, how what part of yoga helps you through those problems you're going there for?
So when in class, and the type of classes that I teach, the atmosphere is very calming. There's typically, if it's in a room, there's music. But most important, a good teacher would remind you throughout the class to breathe. And as you are breathing, you're helping your nervous system to calm down.
Gotcha.
So it calms your body. It frees up your mind as well. And that's how it has helped me with anxiety.
Wow, okay.
I think my question for you is, how is yoga different from just regular stretching or other types of exercises?
Good question. For me, I would say it kind of goes back to like the last question. The main difference, and this I learned when I started teaching even more, is that yoga is not just, you're not just exercising. I mean, you are, but it's deeper than that. As you are breathing, and as the teacher is reminding you to breathe, inhale and exhale, then that's what makes a difference from just regular exercise.
So I actually went to her class a couple times during a time, so very few people knew that I actually was dealing with a lot during that time, running a business, running a team, and it just really was really hard to deal with a lot of the time.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Well, afterwards, you said you was kind of going there, you was going through stuff at the time. Afterwards, were you, did you feel a little bit more relieved and able to handle
leaving, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like you said, like you find, when you go there, don't have no expectation. Just let it become what it become.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I might have to try that one.
Be open-minded, definitely.
Yeah, open-minded for sure. And then when it comes to the part that you said about you didn't know if you were doing it right, I know a lot of people that come to it, and some don't even come because they're like, well, I'm not stretchy enough, I can't do yoga. But the thing is that you come to yoga to develop these things, and yoga is a practice. So it's a journey, it's not a destination. Yeah, you may have a goal to maybe do a certain pose, but it doesn't have to be.
Exactly. So you don't have to race. There's not okay, I got to get to this level, I need to be a black belt yoga
extraordinary.
Yeah, you just go at your own pace.
Well, that kind of went into my next question about, do you have to be flexible to do yoga correctly? So it's just whatever you feel.
Well,
like you do your best.
Well, that's what the teacher is there for. If you're doing something that the teacher thinks it might hurt you, like what I would do is I would give modifications. Like, if you can't do this, then do this.
I got you.
If you can't pull your leg all the way up, maybe use a towel or a strap, something to help you out.
Got you.
Can you pull your leg all the way up?
That's
we
none of
need
your
to talk.
business.
Yeah.
Sir. I'm a gentleman. I don't appreciate
Record
that.
speculation.
You know,
hell?
people like we just talked about. People need to be open minded going in. So, like, what's some of the other big misconceptions you hear coming into yoga?
Some people, unfortunately, they say I don't do yoga because they think that's a religion. Yoga, to me, is for everyone. It doesn't matter what type of background you come from. Like I said earlier, some people just come to it for the physical part.
Right.
I have students that have their beliefs. Some don't have any type of spiritual beliefs, and that's none of my business.
Exactly.
I'm just there to teach you the class. Whatever experience you may have is just it.
It has really nothing to do with you.
No.
It has nothing to do with you.
No.
Oh, right.
So, one of the other things is you know what I'm saying?
No, go ahead, bro. Let's use something else.
One of the other things is what you learned about yoga. What inspired you to continue to teach others?
This was really interesting. So I was actually talking to my mother about just like life, purpose, things like that. And I am so passionate about yoga that I decided to learn more, dive deeper into it. And one of the things that inspire me, or another thing, is that I'm very passionate about wellness. So yoga is an area where I can introduce more people to it. And so therefore I decided to just dive deeper so that I can teach it and share it with the world.
Okay.
So, we also understand that you have a business that's associated with it. So, what step and what level you at, and how big do you want your business to become? Like, you know, do you want this something to be worldwide, where people pulling up and at 7:00 everybody yoga, you know, doing yoga all around the world, or you know, like, you know, what you want it to be?
I eventually see myself doing this full time.
Okay.
I think that one-on-one classes with people, where people would hire me to come to their space, eventually even maybe own a studio.
Mm.
Yeah.
That is definitely my goal. Right now, where I'm at is introducing people who have never done it before.
Gotcha.
There's different types of levels for yoga, and my class is super basic. So I feel like it's more friendly for people who have never practiced before. And I'm super passionate about that.
Gotcha.
So during this COVID-19 thing going on, have you still been teaching class, or is it like an online thing they can watch you do it and do it at home, or how does that work?
Yeah, up until probably about a month ago, I was doing virtual classes through my page on Facebook, which is Meditation and Movement with Tie-Ree. And Tie-Ree is spelled T as in Tom, A-Y-R as in red I. And through there, I was doing classes every Wednesday. I probably will get back to it come the fall if gyms haven't opened. But it went so well that I think regardless, because I was able to reach people from all over, I think it's a good avenue to introduce more people to it.
Absolutely.
Well, I would think this is the perfect time, since you already started talking about your business, to do what we usually do every week, which is a Black, you know, business spotlight. I think it's special. You're our first special guest that we allow you to do your own Black business and spotlight, and tell people where they can find you at, you know, to sign up and get the beginner's yoga.
So the main page right now is the Meditation and Movement with Tayri. You can message and we can go from there. And then we typically, I try to host different types of events in the community. We just had one July 11th, and then we're going to have another one August 1st. It's going to be in Pontiac.
Okay.
And the location is Governor Wisner Historical House, also known as Pine Grove Museum. It's gonna be an hour, so 45 minutes of yoga, 15 minutes of meditation. It goes by super fast, and it is going to be free. More details will be on the page, Meditation and Movement with Tayri.
Y'all hear that?
Yep.
Come do it, man. We gonna be there.
The wise guys will be there.
We be there.
Yeah.
Downward dog for everybody.
Straight up. Doing my best and forgetting the rest. So we want to thank you so much for joining us this week. We appreciate all the jewels you dropped this week on yoga. I know the other, you know, Mitch is looking forward to doing Downward Dog soon. The show is over with.
Thank
And,
you.
Sure. We're looking forward to coming to your event and, you know, showing love and representing. So thank you so much.
Thank you for
We
coming.
appreciate you so
Thank
much.
you. Yeah, and one more thing before I go. And everyone who listens to this, if you're interested and you mention the Wise Guys podcast, you will get a discount. So just mention the podcast and we can talk more.
Do you hear that? Mention the Wise Guys podcast and you will get $5 off.
Yes.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, man, next, guys, we about to get into the LBJ versus MJ debate, man. So
The GOAT! LeBron James.
yeah, I meant to say MJ, man. So let's get into it, fellas.
So first we're going to start talking to the people who were neutral. Dewey and Tie-Ree, why are you neutral?
Why am I neutral? Because, first of all, it's a lot of things on both ends that you can make a case for. Hardwood, we going Mike.
Say that again.
But-
Oh my God.
I mean, but if you but it's just, he got. I mean, he was just that guy, man. But man, you talking about LeBron? LeBron, man, is a phenom. But man, all around, even because his career still, he's still going.
Yeah, they gonna win this year. Yeah.
So
No, we can't say no future tense, bro.
So we gonna see.
Come on, right now.
Okay, they gonna win this year, but keep going, Dewey.
Yeah, we gonna see.
Whatever, that don't
Because
count.
he's still going. You know what I mean? Was he 17, 16 years?
15 years, right?
17.
No, Mike had 15, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And but yeah, and then that all the deals he getting done, he putting on for his team and his team personally. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see how his career finishes out.
So you basically saying he could catch him?
I'm not sure if he gonna catch him on a hardwood category.
You don't think so?
I don't know about that. I don't.
So you don't think LBJ is gonna catch LeBron? I mean, LBJ gonna catch
They're
Mike.
the same person.
Yeah, my bad.
I don't know if he can catch him. Not, I mean, if we talking about catching
He's
him,
not gonna catch him in far as championship 6-0. No.
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 And I don't even know.
But
If he,
he'll
I'm
definitely
not
have
sure
more
if he
points
catches
and all that
6
stuff then.
rings though.
He can get that.
That's gonna be tough.
He can get that. He's gonna be
So
out
you
4
think-
after this year.
Right, then you need two
2
more.
more. He can get that. With the Lake Show, he can get that.
Oh,
I don't know, but I mean, you speaking of the record right now. I mean, Tyree, you go ahead. You the other neutral. I'm not gonna,
Yeah,
speak
let her go first,
that's why I
please.
stopped myself. So you're a neutral. We want to hear your take on it.
LeBron or MJ? I personally grew up on Michael Jordan. Have very great childhood memories, and I just remember he was great, and he still is great. But then again, so is LeBron. So
Thank you.
I can't. That's why I'm neutral.
Childhood memories are more. Is a little bit more special to you than your present memories. So
keep it sacred.
MJ, yeah, that's why MJ really the best.
Real quick, I want to say something. Congratulations to
MJ.
White Boy Rick. He got out of jail today. Moving on. Your turn, Otis.
Wow, like okay.
shout out to my friend Mitch for wearing a Jordan hat. And
Damn,
about
I
to
just thought
debate
about that, I
for
do.
LeBron.
Oh, this,
Thank you,
this is-
Julie, for the assist.
it's a throwback hat before Jordan was there.
Nah, bro, he is the Windy City, bro.
Damn.
Bruh, I'm gonna put it like this, man. What's LeBron, name called? The chosen one, right? He's
That's what they said. That's,
no, right.
that's the
but,
name they
he
gave
go,
him.
but he got it tattooed on his back, though, right?
Yeah.
He the chosen one. Okay.
Do you
In
disagree
order
with that?
to be the chosen one, yeah, he is the chosen one. But in order to be the chosen one, that means you coming behind the king already, which is MJ.
I don't understand what you just said.
He's going to take over when MJ was done. Like, he was the next GOAT, but he not the original GOAT. You dig what I'm saying? LeBron is great.
Thank you.
I'm not going to deny that. We can go through the stats. Some going to go back and forth or whatever. On the court, MJ was the first GOAT, bro.
Okay.
He set the standard to be the GOAT in these times. You know what I'm saying? Stuff he did on the court, how he branded himself with the Nikes, how he branded himself, with the, how his public views. Because you think about it, up until when his dad was killed, he didn't really have no bad publicity. It didn't really start until around that time about the gambling and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So he was real big about keeping his image up. And that's the same thing LeBron do. LeBron, he's clean. One good thing about LeBron, nobody could never trash him, say, oh, you was doing this with your wife. Or,
Facts.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Mm-hmm. Great dude.
And that's what he put on. I mean, MJ started that, So my thing is, if you want to say what they brought to the court, on the court, and kind of what they brought to the universe of NBA of basketball, I would still give that part to MJ. because MJ opened the door, you know, to me for the NBA to be what, you know, how NBA players is able to make some of the money they make right now and things of that nature. So to kind of bring everything back around, man, MJ got, if you want to say basketball, you know, one category, second category, what he brought to the game of basketball, I would say them two categories go to MJ. Now, I'll let you go ahead if you want to present some other.
Yeah, I'm going to
go ahead.
present my case.
Yeah, I'm going to let you present your case. So you go ahead, bro. You tell me why LBJ the best.
So.
Excuse me.
Okay, listen. You said Jordan opened up the doors for players to get this money, right?
Yeah.
LeBron opened up a big-ass door.
And what type of
for
door
players to go where they want to go.
Okay.
And get more money.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. Secondly, no.
Well, it's just not that. Well, yeah, you can say that, but it's a two-sided answer. It wasn't just him.
He was the first one to do it like that.
Yeah, he was one of the first, but it was other guys who was doing it around that time. But what I was about to say was that Chris Paul went the union route. It was like a two-sided thing. But yeah, you're right. Like, he definitely was putting people on, because that's when Chris Paul became the president of the union, and that's how all this shit really opened up like that. But yeah, you're right though. Okay. Hey, damn, bro, I'm just putting some context to what you said, bro. You don't got to bite my head off.
You just fucked up my train of thought.
That's what you do to win the debate.
Secondly,
and ladies and gentlemen, this is how you win.
So my next question for you was Jordan the GOAT because he got 6 rings?
No, that's not the only reason.
But is that part of the reason?
It definitely is part of the reason that he went 6-0.
All right, so would you say that Bill Russell is the first GOAT?
You can arguably say that, yeah.
But he has 11 rings, right?
Right, but I never said that that's the only reason that he's the GOAT.
It's also through coaching as well, right?
Well, yeah, I guess you can include that. I mean, if you go that route, you can include every player on the team, every your backup player, your bench player, but that's not the reason I'm saying exclusively MJ is the GOAT.
Okay. So my second thing is, do you feel like Jordan is the GOAT because of his team? Or he just the GOAT because he was that good of a player?
I think if you want to say the reason I think he'd go between those two questions, I'm going to say because he's that good of a player. The team, however, that team was up and down. It was years where that team was the best team in the league. It was times where they was, you know, maybe the third best team in the East, and they still got there because of, you know, MJ. So for me, they're not one and the same. Like,
really?
Yeah, no. I mean, it's definitely you know, I get what you kind of going with. Like, LeBron didn't always have great help, and MJ earlier teams, they did have really good teams. Mm-hmm. But then I would argue and say the teams when he came back, with Jordan being a little bit more diminished, them teams wasn't as good. So them last 6 rings, you think about it, after that season, that last championship, damn near everybody on the team was gone. Out the league.
For Jordan, right?
Yeah, for Jordan, for that last third team. So to me, I feel like it's a wash if you want to go that route. If you want to say like, you know, like teams versus teams or whatever, like who had the better teams, I think that could be a wash category because I think that's equal.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with that. 1993. Mm-hmm. The Bulls won 57 games.
Right.
With Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
The next year without Jordan, 55 games.
Mm-hmm. So
the team was good without Jordan.
Right.
When you look at LeBron, let's slide over a little bit here. LeBron James, right? Mm-hmm. When he was with the Heat, 2014 year, 54 games.
Right.
He left, 37 games.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Huge drop, right? Let's go to Cleveland.
Okay.
When he's with Cleveland, 2017-18 year, 50 games. Mm-hmm. He left that next year, 19 games.
Mm. This is the part you got to consider, though. The 93 to 94 team was still almost intact.
Yeah, Horace wasn't
the
on
LeBron
yet.
Teams weren't intact.
They were. When he left the Heat, they were intact.
But remember,
when he left the Heat, how were they intact?
Everybody was hurt.
Chris Bosh was out. Remember that injury he had within his blood?
Yeah.
Like he couldn't keep playing.
Yeah,
Dwayne Wayne.
He came back later in the season.
Dwayne Wade was hurt on and off, right?
Yeah.
And I think he was doing. I think that's around the time he was dealing with his back.
And that's another reason why LeBron left, because those guys he noticed they were breaking down. You know, so.
And I think too though, with Michael Jordan, man, like the reason on the hardwood, I give him an edge is, man, I remember them games, man. I'm talking fourth quarter. I'm talking about when somebody talked crazy to him, he went at their neck. Like, it was intense. Like, you just knew you don't pop off the mic. Mm-hmm. Like, he would turn up on you. He like, man, people tell stories about it to this day. Like, man, he didn't know no better, and he dropped 60 on him.
And see, and that's
and that's not something LeBron gonna try to get his team involved. But like, I'm scared. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'd be scared when LeBron actually is playing at a top level, because it's a lot of times, if you remember, everybody else isn't.
Exactly.
And like LeBron, he's a threatening looking figure, but to everybody, a lot of times they try to try him. Like J.R. Smith, he was like looking at him, but he walked off. Had that been MJ, I think he probably would have fired on J.R. Smith.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have punched the chalkboard. You might have punched him.
Yeah, bro. You wouldn't have did that if that was MJ, bro. And just say that was Paxson who did, or Steve Kerr, bro, who did some shit like that.
Well, just Steve Kerr did.
The last dance would have been after that finals. Mike J beat the shit out of Steve Kerr and almost went to jail that night, bro. And I'm not saying that's a knock on on LeBron's character, but I was gonna bring up this. MJ never had a JJ Barea moment, bro.
What's that?
When he went against the Mavericks, and they kept putting JJ Barea on him because they was trying to mind trick him into, posting up. Like, that was the big thing about that series. Like, when they was coming back, everybody kept saying, like, hey, put him in the post. But LeBron kept shooting and shooting.
He was a scrappy player.
Yeah.
Shout out to Juan Jose from Puerto Rico.
At Puerto Rico, we showing love, baby. And it's like, for me, that's one of the biggest things that, like, on the court, that breaks it apart for me from LeBron. Like, MJ don't have those moments. MJ don't have those moments where, all right, it's time to hit it. Like, it's time to hit the gas, and the engine ain't, your car ain't going nowhere. Like, he doing some bullshit. Like, no, every time it was time, MJ stepped up. You know what I'm saying? Even though maybe at the end he passed it off to somebody else or whatever, but you think about it, a lot of those final games, man, they was tight. It wasn't them blowing them out and nothing like that. So, like the last Utah game, they came back to win that game. So I think that's what separates them as far as on the court. You know what I'm saying?
But still, my thing is, like, I looked at a couple of the finals games, right? Mm-hmm. And then I looked at a couple of Jordan's finals games, right? Mm-hmm. When Jordan did pass the ball to them guys, they hit the fucking shot.
Right.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Right.
When you got motherfuckers like J.R. Smith and this dude wide open, Kevin Love, they getting wide open shots and they're just missing.
Yeah.
If they make 50% of them shots, LeBron has Denver 6 rings right now.
The one thing about the finals, I'm gonna be real about this. I think Mike was overall hardwood, but I think in the finals, I think LeBron beat the better teams.
And that's what I
think he beat the better
LeBron
teams
played
than
against
Mike
the better
did.
teams.
But see, then that's
you
when
can't argue that.
Nah, this is where I'm not going to argue with it, actually, because I feel like it's hard to cross errors and say which team was better here, or was this the team that better than that team? Because if you're looking at it on paper right now, I guess you could say definitively some of these other teams was better. Like the Mavericks was better than the best team that they went through. The first was Seattle, and then you definitely not gonna say Golden State is the same as Utah. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to put, like, it's too much context that they have to go into, trying to figure that out.
I got
you.
So
I just don't. For me, like, I don't look at that.
Except for these parts, Steph Curry, at this point in his career, he ain't even done yet. He probably got another good 8-9 years left.
Right, because
he is the greatest shooter of all time in basketball history.
Yeah, that's facts.
Mike has never faced the greatest basketball shooter in history.
Yeah, at that time he did. He faced Reggie Miller.
He faced Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller isn't on this.
But at
this point in his career,
that's
at
what
that
I'm saying.
point,
See, that's my point.
That's what I'm saying. At this point in his career, if you measure it by career at field goal percentage, they still shooting from the 23-9.
But you still doing errors though, where they shot more threes now or less, and they shoot more threes now. That's what I'm saying. Like the errors.
Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie don't shoot as many.
I'm glad
threes.
you brought Reggie Miller.
He don't shoot as many threes as
Reggie
these
Miller.
guys shooting.
He tried,
but he didn't though. Nowhere in comparison to right now.
This is my thing. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. The guys Jordan faced in these championship games, they're big players on the opposite teams.
Yeah.
Did they retire like soon after they was lost?
No.
They didn't.
No, not all of them.
Because from what I remember, all them niggas was old as fuck. So, none of them niggas in their prime.
Well, when he played against
Utah, he was fairly still in his prime.
When he played against Charles Barkley. He was still in his prime. He played like 4 more years.
Yeah.
But he was coming off an MVP season.
But we're still talking.
Yeah.
We're still talking about one person, one superstar on that team. We're not talking about 3.
Dan Marley, that guy was an all-star back then. Like the teams he was playing against. That's why I'm saying like
I think that down 3-1 was the greatest finals performance I've ever seen. From a team perspective, because Cleveland coming back against the Golden State Warriors.
And that's what elevates his record, though. You can't deny that. With LeBron doing that does elevate his record. But like I said, my point is, it's just what he have done in the finals as a whole. Like, you know, you can even discount the finals against San Antonio because, you know, he was so young and he definitely didn't even know how to play on that level yet.
I believe it was.
But my thing, when he got to Miami, he was a vet enough to know, like, and been through the wars to be like, okay, at this moment, I should do this. And to me, like, that one mishap, like, if that didn't happen and we having this conversation, I would not be able to not say LBJ is not the greatest player ever because when he, you know, when it was back against the wall, he did stop. Like, he was like, all right, bro, I'm about to win no matter what. That's what Michael Jordan has, bro. Like, regardless of what you want to say about the talent he was going in, when he was in them situations that's similar to LeBron, he persevered. LBJ didn't. So to me, that's what just put just a little bit above him, man.
Even in Space Jam, he came back.
Exactly.
He came back and was hanging in the air for 25 minutes.
Bro.
With like this.
He had powers.
Stretch it out.
He had powers.
Get the hell out of here.
LBJ ain't gonna be able to do that.
I wonder what's gonna happen in this Space Jam.
Man, if he playing the Monstars, then he wet.
But what you just said, like, but when I looked at the stats for like in the finals period,
right?
LeBron elevated his game in every game.
He does.
Now the team didn't follow, but as I'm going to do everything I can do.
Right.
So he did everything he possibly could do. What more can you actually in the final?
So what if he averaged 60 a game, 10 assists?
He averaged a lot.
No, I'm saying, like, hear me out though.
That's what I'm saying.
No, let me hit you with the scenario.
He got to guard the best motherfucker at all times.
No. He don't guard the best at all times. He guard him in the toughest moments.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but not at the whole game.
In the toughest moments, he got to guard your best guy.
Right.
Then he got to be the best guy.
Right.
Then he can't sit down and get a rest.
Right.
Because when he sit down, they go down 10.
Right. But MJ did similar things.
I understand.
He didn't always guard the best guard because that's what Scottie was there, obviously. But in those moments, you know, he had to do those things too. He'd go and challenge the best guy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they similar in that respects. They are. Like, they both, you know, when it's time, like, I think that's a GOAT period. Like, even if you want to throw out one of my favorite player, Kobe, he did the same thing. Mm-hmm. Best players in those crunch moments, 2 minutes left, 4 minutes left, 4 minutes down by 6. Okay, bro, let me step up, shut this guy down. Let's go get these 3 baskets and get up out of here with the W. That's what the greats do, right?
Yeah.
My thing is, when it was time for LeBron to do that in that finals against that short man, he didn't do it.
You're right.
And I think that's why he's, you know, on the court. I would say that's why, you know, MJ is better, bro. That's my major point.
And then my thing is, what, LeBron lost, what, 8 times? No.
7?
6, 5.
5.
Okay, he lost 5 times, right?
Right.
Out of those 5 times he lost, I say he only had a real shot at winning in like 2 of those.
But you can't say,
because when you think about the first year with the Spurs, did he really have a shot of beating the Spurs? Let's be honest.
Again, if you but hold on though, like I'm just hitting you at this point. If you're saying that you the GOAT, you know what I'm saying, that you are the chosen one, bro. You Neo from the Matrix, that you are going to win and defeat the machines, bro. You got to win no matter who you going against, dog.
Well, I don't remember him saying he was the GOAT until he came back against the Warriors.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, he's the chosen one.
Okay, but my question to you is...
ESPN said that.
No, he has that on his back.
But my question to you is, did he have a real chance to beat the Spurs his first year when he played them? Let's just be honest.
No.
Okay.
He did not.
The year when he didn't have Kyrie or Love against Golden State, did he really have a chance to win it?
Yes, he did.
How?
Only reason
Let's be honest.
No, I'm being honest. I'm about to give you my point.
Okay, so you take.
Can I explain myself?
Wait, I got you. You gonna answer all this in one bucket.
Objection.
Jesus.
You take out Thompson.
Okay.
And Iguodala or Green.
Mm-hmm.
Can Golden State win?
Possibly not.
So why? How can the fucking Cleveland win?
Like I was going to explain before you went to defend a point that I didn't give yet.
You about to scrap?
Why don't? Bro, I was gonna say the reason I think the Warriors was vulnerable because it was their first time being there. LeBron had already been there before. You know what I'm saying? He'd have been through the wars, and some of the guys on the team that been there as well. So I felt like when they had chances with their backs against the wall, like, you know, like I want to say game 3 or one of them games where they could have, you know, been up, that's the times when we wanted to see him like, all right, I'm about to take this shit to the next level, and we about to get it. Like, I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel that he was that great that he could have did that. So that's why I hold it against him. Like, bro, although they was down, you really could have beat them the first time if you really wanted to say like,
what are we talking about?
Talking about LeBron. Like, if he'd have went to like, I put it like this, bro. If he'd have beat them that series,
Golden State,
yeah,
when they didn't have Kyrie,
without them, that would have automatically put him at GOAT level. He could have lost the next two, still had the next two finals. He would have naturally been GOAT level because that's it, dog. Like, he literally just came back in the same year and did it on his own. Brought the championship back.
The next year he didn't do it.
No, that would have been his first year being back in Cleveland.
No, he had Love and Love.
That's what I'm saying. That would have been back. No, the first year he back in Cleveland, they went to the finals, and that's when Love and Kyrie got hurt.
Right.
It would have been his first year back, and he would have won the championship. I'm saying that would have put him at the GOAT level, bro.
If that would have happened.
But he didn't have it in him to take him there.
So you telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could Jordan do that?
Yes, he has.
So if he didn't have Scottie Pippen and them other guys, he would have been able to get over the hump and win.
Utah last game, Scottie back was gone, bro.
Did he play?
Yes, he played a little bit.
Okay. These Kyrie niggas ain't played a minute.
Kyrie played in game 2 a little bit. Yeah, he did. Or he played the rest of the game and won.
He was out.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jordan would have pulled that off.
Come on.
It depends on who he's going
against. Man.
Oh,
man, come on, man.
That'd have been tough.
But my thing is, okay, so even if you say he couldn't pull it off, at the end of the day, whatever challenge he did face, he did pull him off. I'm saying that was his moment. You made by the moments that's in front of you, bro.
I feel like
so the moment was in front of him,
and
he didn't take it.
You're right. But what happened next year?
They won it, right?
Because the moment, right? They down 3-1 against the best. They had the best record in history, right? Golden State.
Yeah, 73
and they got that ass pop.
Right. Well, no, it wasn't pop.
They got that ass pop.
It was a game 7 they lost.
Dude, if you come back from 3-1, you got your ass pop.
Man,
you lost 4 straight.
Again, there was circumstances in that too, bro.
And I feel like
here we go.
right.
See what I'm saying?
And I feel like
you can't tell me if Draymond Green didn't get suspended, they wouldn't have won. But y'all want to throw
it was a game 6 and 7 after that.
Man, I'm just saying, you still want to go there, but at the end of the day, I give him the crown, man. I give him the crown for that game. Like, yeah, he came back and did it. They team. I'm not gonna go into how Kyrie, did his thing too, but
he did it. Yeah.
And he did. Like, I give credit to him, LeBron. He played big. That was a great moment. That was the moment that he seized.
Now, my opinion, I feel like that win is better than if I'm LeBron, right? I feel like that win is better than getting 6 rings. Because I came back home. Mm-hmm. I said I'm gonna get this shit done.
Right.
We down 3-1 and we won. Like, that's shit.
They beat the greatest regular season team of time.
Right, like that's bigger than winning 6, in my opinion.
Because they were supposed to.
Of course you want to win 6, but
they were heavily favored.
Yeah, like
that was ridiculous teams, and they were a team. Like, they had the chemistry. They had all parties involved. They came, and like I said, that Draymond Green. But it's chess, not checkers at that point. In finals, listen, Draymond Green, you get your ass ejected. That's how it went.
Right.
That's on you.
But see, I like to attack your counterpoint of he didn't. What if he didn't get 6? It's better than getting 6 championships, right?
I'm saying if I'm him, that feeling is better than getting 6 to bring it home.
So, when you say that, it made me think of like the Avengers, how they created the different little time strain, to represent the other universe instead of the universe that we actually in right now. Because in the universe I'm in right now, MJ never had to feel that shit because he won 6 in a row. He didn't need to worry about how I felt to lose and not win and go somewhere else because he was already the man every time he played in the finals. So therefore, your universe don't exist to him.
My universe exists.
I'm just saying, bro.
That's just like you. You play for the Pistons.
First of all, don't put me on them.
No, you play for the Pistons, you get a ring.
Right. You can put you on the 89.
Right. You feel, as far as if you go to fucking the Lakers and win it, do you feel better about winning at home?
My point is I never did it, so I don't know. I never been on the 89 Piston team.
Well, act like you did.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, the universe don't exist, bro. Man, whatever, dog. Like I said, man, it's the moment. I guarantee you that feels better. That felt better than winning 6 rings. It's the moment.
Now, the segue to this part, because we spent some time on this hardwood.
Right.
If we're looking back over overall legacy, LeBron and Mike, was he 18 years removed, I believe, from the league, Michael Jordan, because 02 I believe was his last season
with the Wizards.
Yeah, but man, looking back on his time and his career over the whole span, I think looking at it, I think 10 years from now, 12 years from now, 15 years from now, I think I'm gonna look back at LeBron's legacy and I'm gonna be like, man, I wish I had that legacy if I went to the NBA.
I can see that. Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
You
see that, Talo?
putting on,
I can
like,
see that. Yeah, down the future. Yeah, that's future tense. That's yeah. I can
So,
see that.
I mean,
but
even
in
at
the
this
present
point,
tense, I see
like,
it right now.
Yeah.
So when it's all said and done,
Anything's possible.
He talking about, and if you remember that interview, he was saying, LeBron said, "I want to be an owner."
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of owner, because man, Mike is an owner.
He's
They've
terrible.
been going in on him.
No,
man.
Mike is a horrible owner.
He smacked one of his players on the sideline.
Yes, bro. And he's notoriously bad at drafting, dog. Like literally one of the worst drafters.
Yeah,
maybe
man.
in NBA history. Yeah,
Damn, man, NBA history?
Yeah, he's one of the worst, man.
Not the Knicks?
Yeah, no, him, bro. In the short time been in the league. But
so yeah, when it's all said and done, man, we all know. Dewey made good points, my man LeBron.
What about me? You ain't like my points?
You actually kind of jumped on board of my side at the end, so I'm grateful for that.
My friend, you are truly lost.
Did he not jump?
You are truly
You just
lost.
said, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm saying
Okay.
I was actually kind of like
Cut it right here, Matt.
joke that
Put this on tape.
I'm making a joke right now that yes, in the future tense, but I said right under that, yeah, but right now it's MJ.
Right.
Okay.
Anything is possible, meaning
Anything is
that
possible, but
he
meaning
cannot play
if
any
you
more
believe-
games.
But meaning when you go when LeBron have his documentary,
It's a lot of win. I'm saying now. We living in the moment, bro. See, that's what I'm saying.
all I'm here is ping all day, all day.
Okay, yeah, man. It's 15 years down from now. So whatever.
And the season starts on the 30th, right? So we
Yeah.
got 10 days. Can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
Let's go,
Thank
Lakers.
God,
Going down.
man. Thank God.
I am moving for the Lakers for twofold. You know, I like to see LeBron get another ring, and I want them dedicated to Kobe. Man, rest in peace.
That would
Kobe,
be
man.
dope,
That
bro.
would be dope. And then that'll be
That's
4
another-
rings.
Yeah, it would be.
Then next year 2 more. That's 6.
Oh man. there
Yes,
you
sir.
go, man. Man, well, before we get out of here, man, I just want to recognize some of the stuff that's going around in the culture right now.
Yeah.
You know, we lost 2 giants in the civil rights game, man, and
John Lewis and Reverend C.T. Vivian.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man. Definitely keep their movement and keep their struggle going. While them 2 soldiers rest in peace.
Yeah.
So,
And we're going to say a prayer for Kanye West because he's tripping nowadays.
bro.
I don't know what he's going through. He probably need to do some yoga.
yeah,
Probably.
He
you know
dealing with
what?
some
He
shit.
definitely needs some yoga. Yeah, we
Man,
definitely need to
man, he
DM.
was crying hard,
Yeah.
Man, like that was
Dang.
wild, bro. And see, that's why I'm saying, don't put your belief in people right off rip, man. Like Kanye's not a valid presidential candidate, man.
I was going to vote for him, but not no more.
Wow, that says a lot.
I'm lying, y'all.
That's why MJ is the GOAT. But before we get out of here, we want to again thanks Tayri for coming on and being a special guest.
Thank
with
you
us
so
today.
much.
Thank you for having me.
Also, man, thank our great sound executive producer Matt
Thank you, Matt.
for dropping the clip.
One.
Thank you.
Dewey, where they can find us, bro?
You can find us on Facebook. And please comment, subscribe,
Yes,
like
please.
our page. Give us some feedback.
Please go to YouTube. Our channel is the Wise Guys Podcast Detroit.
Yep.
We need your support. We need you to comment,
Subscribe.
like,
Yes.
subscribe, tell a friend,
Yeah.
and we love y'all.
We also on Spotify.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget
And
that.
The same thing, the Wise Guys
yeah,
podcast.
listen to
Detroit.
us while you working out. Listen to us
Yeah.
while you running.
While you doing
do your
yoga.
thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, man.
Downward
yeah.
dogs. Come on,
Yeah.
dog.
Keep bringing up that
Downward
bone.
dogs, bro.
That's the only, that's the only one I
man.
know. That's
His
why.
back gonna crack up as soon as he do it.
Right.
Whoa.
Well, we want to thank y'all again for listening, man. So, it's the Wise Guys
Until then, be true and be you, baby.
signing out.
Pew, pew.